Hi everyone, my name is Jake Vassello and I'm here to present my capstone project proposal. For the project, I am interested in seeing the effect that job satisfaction has on workplace productivity. I'm completing this project through the CUNY School of Professional Studies. The main theory my project is based on is the cognitive evaluation theory. This theory suggests that external consequences can have an effect on internal motivation. To test the theory, 115 students were selected for a study. One-third were given positive feedback while completing work, one-third were given negative feedback, and the remainder were given no feedback while completing work. The study concluded that students did better when they received positive feedback. Another study was completed by three psychologists in 1972. They had fifth graders participate in a game. One group would receive a prize if they won the game, and the other group would not receive a prize if they won the game. The group that was not offered the prize played the game better. The group that was offered the prize admitted that they were distracted by the potential of the prize. Both of these studies show merit for the cognitive evaluation theory because they both show that people can be influenced by their surroundings. The independent variable for the study will be job satisfaction. It is shown that people who say they are satisfied with life are more successful. They have better marriages, friendships, a higher income, and better health. However, it is not clear if the same information relates to job satisfaction and job performance. While reading studies on the situation, I noticed that job satisfaction is rarely properly defined. This creates arbitrary research. Christina Lee, a psychologist that studies job satisfaction, surveyed 600 people to see what the most important things are to a worker. The top 6 responses were employees are all treated with respect, employees could trust senior management, overall benefits, compensation, job security, and their immediate supervisor. The total list created had over 20 items and only 3 of them were related to pay. It's interesting to see how important getting along with supervisors is to most employees. There are 2 kinds of job satisfaction. The first is effective job satisfaction. This is how an employee feels about their work. If a person is going to bed dreading going to work the next day, they would have low levels of effective job satisfaction. It is an emotional response to the workplace. On the other hand, cognitive job satisfaction is a more logical approach. If a person sits down and makes a pros and cons list about their workplace satisfaction, this would be cognitive job satisfaction. Research shows that both of these are important. However, cognitive-based satisfaction seems to be more important while trying to understand job satisfaction. This is important to consider while seeing if job satisfaction affects productivity. The dependent variable for the study is job performance. An employee's level of satisfaction can affect their productivity in a few different ways. The first is that an employee with higher levels of job satisfaction will not have as many things to negatively distract them. In addition to this, one study shows that levels of turnover intent have a statistically significant positive relationship with an employee's satisfaction. One study was conducted to see how quickly an unsatisfied doctor would be able to diagnose the same patient as a satisfied doctor. The doctors were made more satisfied in an incredibly simple way. They were given candy. The results show that more satisfied doctors completed their diagnosis 19% faster than the unhappy doctors, and they also anchored significantly less. In the medical field, anchoring is considered sticking with their original diagnosis, even if information starts to show that the diagnosis is incorrect. This simple study shows that a person's level of satisfaction can affect how productive they are while working. When related to job satisfaction, if a person is in a better mood and wants to do more, they are rewarded for it. People with high levels of job satisfaction feel like their work matters. It makes them want to get involved and do extra work. This is why employees with higher levels of job satisfaction are also more involved with extracurricular activities at work. A meta-analysis completed by Schmidt and Hunter in 1998 looked into the best predictors of high levels of job performance. They looked at 85 years of research in personnel selection, including 19 different selection and training procedures. The research concluded that general mental ability was a top predictor of job performance. This information can be helpful to understand because it shows that although dozens of different things can influence job performance, Hiring someone with high levels of general mental ability can be the best way to ensure a productive team. Job performance can also be measured in dozens of different ways. Job performance can consist of many things, such as sales, general efficiency, or absences. There are ways for management to increase job performance. Minimum requirements, bonuses aim to motivate, rules aim to deter poor performance, and performance reviews are some of the basics. In addition to this, employers can provide additional training, micromanage their subordinates, create teams and groups, and provide informational feedback. There are 5 steps in the performance feedback management cycle. These include performance planning, ongoing feedback, employee input, performance evaluations, and performance reviews. Now that both variables are understood, it's important to see why this study is important. This study is necessary because it is more specific than other research that has been completed. It looks directly at a participant's level of job satisfaction and sales gain opposed to general happiness or productivity. Although much research has been completed on both job satisfaction and job performance, there have been a few attempts to link the two variables. These few links have had conflicting conclusions, which make it impossible to draw a true conclusion between the two variables. The study questions whether or not an employee's level of job satisfaction impacts how productive they are at work. I expect a positive correlation between job satisfaction and productivity. This study will have 30 participants that will be ages 24 to 65. Those are estimated ages. There are possible outliers, however, they will all be full-time employees. I would expect anyone younger than 24 to not work there, and everyone older than 65 to have retired. Each participant will be a full-time employee at a company called Sherwin-Williams. They will be randomly selected through an employee directory. This will be done basically, every employee will have a number 1 to about 100 that are in the area, and a random number generator will select 30 of them. The employees will be from New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. The employees will receive an email asking if they want to be a part of the study. If they accept, they will become participants. If they decline or ignore the email, they will not become participants. All participants will be unpaid volunteers. They will understand that they are volunteering in order to be a part of the study, but they will not know the goal of the study. Because the study involves employees as a part of the same workplace, it is important to understand that the study is anonymous. The participants will take part in the survey. The independent variable, job satisfaction, will be measured through the survey. The survey will consist of 20 statements. Participants will be asked to state if they agree, strongly disagree, strongly disagree, or are neutral with each statement. The statements will look at job satisfaction. An example is, I can trust my boss. There will be validity checks as well as filler questions in the survey. The dependent variable, job performance, will be measured through a simple question. Have you had 2 positive or negative sales years in a row? 2 positive sales years in a row will be considered good job performance. 2 negative sales years in a row will be considered bad job performance. Participants with 1 positive and 1 negative sales year over the last 2 years will not be considered for the study. This is because their sales are not consistent enough. If you have 1 positive and 1 negative sales year, it really doesn't show if you have good performance or bad performance. Once the data is attained, an analysis will be completed. Because there is 1 dependent variable and an independent variable with more than 2 levels, low job satisfaction and high job satisfaction, an ANOVA will be used to turn the data into more meaningful information. First, the mean and standard deviations must be found. From here, the regression sum of squares, the error sum of squares, and the total sum of squares will be calculated in order to complete the ANOVA. The degrees of freedom will be calculated to find the range, and the F statistic will be considered to find out if the means are significantly different. The ANOVA, as well as all other tests stated prior, will be compiled through SPSS. Multiple visuals will be used to display the findings. The first will be an individual value plot in order to look for tendencies in the data. Additionally, a bar graph will also display the results. There will be two bars on the x-axis, sales increase and sales decrease. The y-axis will be their levels of job satisfaction. This chart will be enough to make it clear whether or not the hypothesis is supported. Finally, a simple table chart will be used to display all statistics that have derived from the analysis. This is a conclusion of the proposal. The following 3 slides are a reference list. Feel free to pause on each in order to view them. Thank you for watching. It's been a fun semester.